Showers passing.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Dealing with a little pain in your foot, huh?
Yeah, there's something in my foot this morning. It's not feeling good right now.
So if you see Eric limping
Yes.
over there, that's why. Hopefully it goes away.
Yeah, hope so right now. Well, when it's not painful, well, the temperatures this morning, I wouldn't say they're too bad. We're in the teens and 20s outside right now. Let's take a look at the current conditions. The only outliers up in the Adirondacks at 7 degrees up at Saranac Lake, 21 in Rome, 21 degrees in Hamilton, with some lingering snow showers as we turn our attention south near Syracuse and Hamilton. A live look at the radar right now. We have some light snow showers passing through again the southern valleys, a few flurries in between the Utica-Rome area as that lake effect begins to wind down. There was a lot of snow reported in a lot of spots, especially up in northwestern Oneida County. So while the snowfall was pretty significant in some parts yesterday, a lot of green in the roads this morning, a lot of treated and plowed roads, especially in the Mohawk Valley. And today, we're going to see more quiet weather with temperatures climbing into the upper 20s, low 30s. We're going to be seeing the arrival of more widespread snow tonight, and we'll have the details on the amount, the timing, and on top of that, what we're looking at for Christmas Eve and Christmas straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It was a scary situation early Sunday.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday. Time now is 5:11. Here's what you can expect heading out the door this morning in your forecast in a minute. First off, we take a live look at the current conditions outside right now. It is 21 degrees with cloudy skies at Griffiths and Rome. A few spotty flurries. Again, that mainly is falling south. Frigid wind chill, though. Feels like 11 with that wind, west-northwest wind of 9 miles an hour. Roadways this morning are mainly clear. Again, some side roads, especially those of you up north, might have to drive through some snow. In fact, might have to brush off some snow off your windshield. But besides that, roadways continue to improve today as this lake effect will begin to wind down. A look at the Yorkville Battery live radar. Some of that snow showers to our south exiting. And we will be seeing mostly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine today, and highs in the upper 20s to low 30s. So that's the forecast for today. We give you guys a bit of a preview of Christmas Day, which appears to be quiet right now. We're going to see highs in the low to mid 30s with mostly cloudy skies. Before Christmas, though, we could be seeing the arrival of some more snow as early as tonight through much of early tomorrow. We'll have the details on that Clipper system arriving straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Sales of real Christmas trees.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Today we are starting out with a few lingering lake effect snow showers winding down throughout the day. Live look at the radar, we can see that snow mainly impacting sections of the southern valleys, and then of course we have one more round of light snow out near Oswego that's slowly pushing its way eastward. Either way, a live look at downtown Utica, mostly cloudy skies, a few flurries here and there that we're dealing with this morning. In the meantime, again, the next dozen or so hours, we will be treated to some peaks of sunshine here and there. It will not be entirely overcast today. Temperatures, again, peak in the low to mid 30s this afternoon, maybe closer to the 30-31 degree mark, cutting it near the freezing or thawing point, I should say. So the bigger picture shows a frontal boundary pushing its way into our area and so a low pressure system gliding along it. This will provide us with widespread snowfall early Tuesday, switching over to a wintry mix Tuesday evening before switching back over to lake effect snow Tuesday night. Then a ridge will set up, bringing us quiet weather for a lot of the area heading into Wednesday and Thursday. So, on our SkyCast today, as you can see here, that lake effect will end. Some peaks of sunshine, temperatures climbing into the low 30s. As we head into the overnight hours, a few flurries begin to move in, but the widespread snow really starts to kick in the morning hours tomorrow. This will be not an isolated band, pretty widespread and a steady light to moderate snowfall throughout the entire day to the early afternoon. As we head into the evening hours, we're going to see temperatures climb above freezing, allowing for a minor thaw and a wintry mix to set in before the overnight hours. We fall below freezing, producing some lingering snow from lake effect into early Wednesday morning. That, of course, will end in the process. So in terms of snowfall, as you can see here, generally speaking, trace to 2 inches in the Mohawk Valley, 2 to 5 inches for those higher elevations. It's going to be a pretty steady all day long snow tomorrow, mainly during the daylight hours. As you can see here, Wednesday, Christmas Eve, well, Santa has some pretty quiet flying Christmas Eve nights with temperatures in the 20s and not a whole lot of snow here locally. And then Christmas Day, we start out cool but dry. Maybe a few sprinkles begins to arrive Thursday evening and Thursday nights, setting the stage for a very cold Friday with highs in the teens. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, if you're traveling those days, so far it looks quiet, but just be weather aware tomorrow with potential for that widespread snow.
Not a bad Santa flying forecast, though.
Not too bad.
Eric, thanks. Well, here's another excuse. And thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. And if you're getting the kids ready to head out to the bus stop, you better bundle them up. Eric, it's once again a chilly morning out there.
Yeah, chilly, but thankfully it's quieting down weather-wise. There's plenty of snow left for some of you yesterday. Let's take a look at what's going on outside here on the camera in downtown Utica. You can see here pretty quiet roadways outside right now, and temperatures, yes, as Gary mentioned, in the 20s, a bit chilly, but we have those wind chills down into the teens and single digits, so it's a bit chilly to start your day today. As we head throughout the morning, we're going to be tracking some of that lake effect snow. As you can see here, we got some lingering flurries south. This is expected to wind down throughout much of the morning. We have a brief round of snow lifting its way north as we head throughout or north and east as we head throughout the day today. So in the meantime, just some lingering flurries ending this morning. Roadways, by the way, for the most part, looking pretty okay. There's a couple of slowdowns here and there and some less traveled roads, but the main roads are plowed and treated. The only thing you really have to do this morning, maybe if you're heading out to work, is to brush off some of that fresh snow off your windshield, especially for those of you that live north of the Thruway, where that heavy snow set up in northern United County over at least parts of yesterday. So today, it's going to be pretty quiet. Temperatures peaking in the low 30s with some peaks of sunshine, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. We are tracking the arrival of more widespread snow starting late tonight and early tomorrow. We'll have the details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Justice Department's release of
Welcome back to Sunrise here on this Monday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to Oneida with a great shot here of a close-up view of the snowflakes here. And it's always great to have both amazing views from far away and up close of the beauty of Mother Nature here in New York State, especially the snowflakes, which are art pieces of their own. No two are alike. Thank you, Kimberly, for this amazing photo. If you have a photo like this you'd like to send to us, showcasing the beauty of your neck of the woods, send to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Your daily photo of the day is brought to you by GPO Federal Credit Union. Now, today we begin with some light snow, a few flurries winding down. We have more light snow to our northwest. That'll shift its way east throughout the next couple of hours. But again, in terms of impacts this morning, the snow is not that high on the list here. It is a bit chilly out there this morning. We'll have the details on the temperature and the expected snow we'll see tomorrow coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A sea of Santas.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody, on this Monday. Today, we start out with some lingering lake effect snow. That will eventually wind down, turning to a pretty quiet day today. A live look at downtown, or in fact, live look at our Yorkville Battery live radar. Before we get to downtown Utica, I want to show you guys what's going on here in the radar scans. Again, we have some of that light snow taking place, a few flurries in sections of areas south of the Mohawk Valley. This overall pattern is going to slowly shift its way south and east, mainly eastward, though, is the direction here. There's some of that snow pushing its way a little bit to the north, but either way, we have a little bit more of that snow to deal with before it eventually ends this morning. And we look at downtown Utica. Overall, pretty quiet. A few flurries passing in the sky so far early today. And following this morning's light snowfall, we're going to be seeing mostly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine here, and temperatures in the low 30s for highs. So once this snowfall ends this morning, we're going to see the arrival of widespread snow tomorrow. So it looks pretty quiet for the afternoon and evening today. Following this widespread snow, we're going to get a bit of a brief mix, wintry mix, as temperatures climb above freezing. Then we're going to fall below freezing with more lingering lake effects Tuesday night into Wednesday. So let's dive into it here in the Skycast. You can see here some of that snow ending, shifting to the north and east after pushing into the Mohawk Valley. Then we're going to see some peaks of sunshine right before sunset. Mostly cloudy skies, the arrival of widespread snow early Tuesday, pretty much sustaining itself for much of the daytime before exiting by 3 to 5 p.m. Once it ends, we're going to see our temperatures climbing a little bit above freezing along the potential for a wintry mix. More of a sleety type snow, maybe some rain mixing in before falling back below freezing with additional lake effect in parts of the area overnight into early Wednesday. Then Wednesday itself looking pretty quiet. So when it comes to snowfall today, as you can see here, or excuse me, for tomorrow, we've got 2 to 5 inches for the light blue zones, traced to 2 in the gray. And generally speaking, it's a steady, consistent snow all day long. Following Tuesday's snow, Wednesday, Christmas Eve, pretty quiet. Temperatures in the low to mid 30s, mostly cloudy skies. Then Christmas Day, same story. We start out in the 20s, climbing into the low 30s by Christmas Day. So far, as I mentioned previously, Santa will have no issues going house to house here locally, so no travel impacts there.
Yeah, just get through tomorrow.
Yes, after tomorrow, we got some smooth sailing.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Well, 5 years after a Christmas Day,
Where the news comes first. You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise.
Now at 6 at sunrise, this morning's wind chills a little bit on the frigid side. Bundle up. We have a pretty quiet day today, but with more snow on the way tomorrow.
also ahead, it was a scary situation for a clerk at a Little Falls gas station and convenience store when a man with a knife came around the counter inside to steal items.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And those winds last night were something else. I didn't even put out my orange bucket because I didn't want all that stuff to be blown around.
Yeah, that's a good thing to look out for, see those strong winds. Some of us also saw some snow, a lot of snow yesterday, especially those of you north of I would say the Rome area, mainly northern Eddy County. I got to see the brunt of the snow yesterday. Either way, the snow is winding down a little bit. We have more to track in the radar, but at least for now, let's take a look at downtown Utica, where the weather is looking pretty quiet early this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s and teens across the Mohawk Valley. Wind chills even cooler. Johnstown 7 degrees, Rome 11, and Hamilton a little warmer at 21. Live radar showing light snow impacting the Mohawk Valley. There is more snowfall on the way to our northwest that'll be pushing its way initially into the valley right here before eventually all of this will lift its way north outside of our area as we head into the late morning. Traffic tracker shows lots of green, not a whole lot of slowdowns so far this morning, so that's some good news when it comes to roadways. But still, temperatures are going to be climbing into the low 30s this afternoon with some peaks of sunshine. A pretty dry day today. We have more widespread snow expected tomorrow. We'll have the details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It was a scary situation early.
This This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back. Beautiful scene in Cooperstown there with a few flurries falling. Good Monday morning, everybody. Today we are tracking some light snow to start your day, but we'll have a look at what you can expect for the entire day in your forecast in a minute. First off, a look at the current conditions right now. 20 degrees, northwest wind of 7 miles an hour. Feels like 11 with that frigid wind chill outside this morning. Now, some of you saw a fair chunk of snow yesterday. A very strong band, stronger than anticipated, hit a lot of the area, mainly north and west of Utica. So you might have to do some shoveling, you might have to brush off your car, but at least you can see here the main roads are plowed. You should have no issues once you get on them, but side roads might have some still snow on some of those surfaces there. So when it comes to additional snowfall today, as you can see here to the northwest, we have more lake effect beginning to move in. This is going to push in and then shift its way north throughout the morning. So we're not expecting a day full of lake effect snow. But either way, we're going to see temperatures peaking in the upper 20s, low 30s with the arrival of some peaks of sunshine today. Now, that's the forecast for today. A quick preview for Christmas time, a lot more quiet with temperatures in the 30s, mostly cloudy skies. We are tracking widespread snow that arrives before this, which will be tomorrow for much of the day. We'll have the details on that snow straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Sales of real Christmas.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are starting out with lake effect snow that will produce some light snow showers over the next few hours here locally. Let's take a look right now at the Yorkville Battery Live Radar, see where that snow is moving. As you can see here, it's a bit heavier up toward the border of Oneida, Lewis, and Oswego counties right here. If I just advance our time lapse, you're going to see where it's heading. It's pushing its way south and east, and it's weakening. Now, as it moves its way into the Mohawk Valley, this is that northwest wind. But the overall movement of this system will slowly shift this north and east before eventually fading away throughout the late morning and early afternoon. So, yes, we'll be treated to a few flurries this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies, little to no impacts for travel heading outside this morning. Aside from those, you have to brush off some of that snowfall you saw yesterday off your cars this morning. So we see today's highs in the low 30s with some peaks of sunshine. But as we head into tonight, into early tomorrow, you can see the arrival of widespread snow. This is a system gliding along the jet stream here, and that'll push in with it a few inches of snow for a lot of the area. Eventually over to a wintry mix briefly before switching back over to snow again by Wednesday. So let's dive into it right here. There's that snowfall this morning. It shifts north. It weakens by this evening. It is entirely quiet. Highs in the 30s. Tomorrow we start out with light snow. You can see those temperatures ranging in the low 30s. So there will likely be a sleet type mix in the lower elevations and more of a wet snow in the higher elevations. And once this passes over us, we're going to see some mixing with some rainfall in the afternoon, and then finally back over to snow from lake effect as we head into the overnight hours into early Wednesday morning. In terms of snowfall, as you can see here, 2 to 5 inches for a lot of the light blue zones, traced to 2 in the valleys. That, of course, in the valley is due to mixing taking place. But either way, following Tuesday into Wednesday, Christmas Eve is looking pretty quiet. We're in the 30s with mostly cloudy skies for Christmas Day. Also looking pretty quiet. If you're driving anywhere, both days so far looking pretty dry. But as we head into Christmas night into Friday, we're going to see some colder weather move in. High of 19, some snow showers. Overall, looking a little more busy following the holiday, but at least during Christmas and even before it, it's looking pretty quiet and likely going to be a white Christmas for a lot of folks.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks are glad snow's coming tomorrow, not Tuesday.
That's the great news.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Well, here's another excuse to and thank you for joining us for this half hour. If you are getting ready to head off to work or put the kids on the bus, get ready for some downright chilly temperatures. And Eric, those winds are making it seem even colder.
Yeah, that's right. Wind chills are dropping those feels-like temperatures down into the teens, single digits, Gary. So yes, cold start this morning, but at least thankfully impacts on the lower side. We take a look at downtown Utica right now. Where the roadways, at least in the Utica area, looking pretty quiet. Have some light snow showers to track right now. In fact, we have some of that snow reported to Hamilton, Syracuse, although mostly cloudy in Rome and in Johnstown, up as well as Saranac Lake. Those wind chills, as I mentioned here, 11 Rome, 7 Johnstown, 12 in Binghamton, a little warmer, sheltered from the winds in Hamilton at 23 degrees. So we take a look at the radar right now, and we do have some of that light snow moving its way in. But you notice downwind, we're going to see this slowly shift north and east and weaken. So we have two different directions going on right now. We have the snow itself moving south and the overall system right here moving its way north and east. Traffic tracker shows a few minor slowdowns, some outlying roads, especially as you head up north in northern Oneida County. But either way, today, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 20s, low 30s with dry weather this afternoon. But by tomorrow, we're going to be seeing the arrival of more snow. We'll have the details on that Clipper system and that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. The Justice Department's release of thousands of records
By Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Happy Monday, everybody. Today's photo of the day brings us to Oneida in a great shot right here of snowflakes up close. This time, not a scenic shot of a winter scene, but a close-up of a snowflake or two here, and an amazing zoom-up shot right here sent in by Kimberly, showcasing, of course, the beauty. Sometimes the beauty that we can't see. Every individual little snowflake falling in the sky looks like that when you zoom it up close. So if you have a photo like this you'd like to send to us, shout out to those of you watching from Oneida this morning. Send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Your photo of the day brought to you by GPO Federal Credit Union. So today we start out with some light lake effect snow. This snowfall itself is going to push into the Mohawk Valley and then sweep north. After that, a pretty quiet day, but we do have more snow on the way tomorrow. We'll have the details on that in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A sea of Santas dotted.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Time now is turning on 6:50, and we begin with a few light snow showers from lingering lake effect. Take a look at the radar right now. We're seeing it here. Mainly falling south and west of Oneida County. In fact, mainly west of Oneida County. It's going to sweep its way eastward over the next couple of hours, as you can see right here, but it is going to weaken before eventually shifting its way north and east and exiting central New York with quieter weather expected this afternoon. Downtown Utica, a live scene. We have some light snow showers taking place early this morning. You can see it in some of the street lamps right there. But again, not very high impact snowfall expected early today. That snow will linger and then exit by the mid-morning with some sunshine chances this afternoon and highs in the low 30s. As we head into tonight, though, we're going to see the arrival of a system to the south and west of us pushing in widespread snow. Now, in the process, once that snow moves through, we could be seeing some mixing taking place because those high temperatures tomorrow will likely climb near or above freezing. So that's that fine line we're tracking with an event like this. Then some lingering lake effect in the backside of it for Tuesday night into Wednesday. But let's time it out here in the Skycast. Today we have some peaks of sun, highs in the low 30s. Quieter tonight, then by early tomorrow morning you can see that snow working its way in. It will consistently snow pretty much all morning and afternoon. Keep in mind here, there'll be some wet snow mixing in, maybe some sleet, especially in the lower elevations, like a sleety wet snow mix. Eventually over to some sprinkles and rain mixing in too, with temperatures climbing into the mid-30s by 5 to 6 p.m. That might cut down on some snow totals. We have another round of lake effect snow sweeping its way through the area as we head in the overnight hours, and then we do dry up by Wednesday morning. So in terms of snowfall for tomorrow, not a very high impact event, but still a steady snow all day long. You might see some snow-covered wet roadways or wet snow-covered roadways in parts of the area by the evening hours. So following Tuesday, we take a look at Wednesday, Christmas Eve. It's pretty quiet, mostly cloudy, high of 35. Then we cool down below freezing again by Christmas Day or Christmas morning in the low 20s into the low 30s by Christmas afternoon. So following tomorrow's snow, it looks pretty quiet for both the eve and day itself of Christmas.
So if people are thinking about traveling, Wednesday might be the better day.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wednesday a lot better than Tuesday.
Yeah, leave early Wednesday though. Eric, thanks. The union representing Gage joining us now. And Eric, a calm day so far, but things might be changing, right?
That's right. By tomorrow, at this hour, it'd be snowing in a lot of spots.
A big change, yeah.
But today, Gary, I mean, we take a look outside right now, and we got some sunshine out there. So, yeah, not too bad of a day out there so far. Well, it started a bit chilly. Temperatures are slowly climbing into the 20s and 30s where the sun is really starting to peak out. It's still a bit chilly up in the Adirondacks, Saranac Lake 14, where there are still some snow showers reported. We mentioned that snow would be shifting its way north, and so far it has. Only a few areas in the Adirondacks still seeing some of that snow as that front slowly tries to push its way more north and east. We zoom out a little bit, and our next weather maker is this Clipper system, but with it we've got some warmer temperatures. It's not going to be all cold and snow. In fact, with some of these warm temperatures, there could be a bit of a wintry mix in some spots, which will cut down on some totals here we could be expecting as we head into tomorrow. So again, this will arrive starting tomorrow morning. We'll go hour by hour coming up in a couple of minutes. But again, today we're in the low 30s, upper 20s. And beyond that, we'll have a preview of what Christmas Eve and Christmas Day looks like coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. According to AAA, more than 100...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of sunshine here across the area as some of that snowfall has exited to our north. A live look at our 4 cameras across central New York. Let's zoom in to one location here, Oneonta, a great shot here of that sunshine and quiet conditions. Enjoy this quiet day because same time again tomorrow, it's going to be a bit more on the snowy side, which again is not that bad. This is more of a wet snow. And for a lot of you, I think you're big fans of seeing a white Christmas. And with the snowfall we're expecting tomorrow through tomorrow night, I think a lot of us have a good shot of seeing snow on the ground. Maybe not every surface coated with snow, but there's no significant warm-ups in the horizon either way. Live look at the radar. Things are dry right now. And again, a preview of Christmas Day. It's going to be pretty quiet. Temperatures starting out below freezing, climbing above it. Maybe some icy spots in the morning hours. Make sure when family comes to visit to have some rock salt, or make sure ice is not present there if they head into your home, because again, there could be some slippery spots. So the bigger picture shows a clipper system pushing in widespread snow tomorrow. The backside of it right here could be producing some rain as well in the lower elevations as those temperatures briefly climb above freezing before falling back below it again overnight with some lake effect snow. But let's dive into the skycast here. So this noontime, we got lots of sun here across the area. As we head into tonight, still looking pretty quiet. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s. By tomorrow, we start out by around 6-7 a.m. with that snow beginning to move its way in as we head throughout the afternoon. Still looking at steady snow. Now, a little bit before sunset, snow begins to quiet down, and we could be seeing some light sprinkles moving in here in the lower elevations before it'll switch back over to lake effect snow overnight and into early Wednesday morning. And of course, that will linger and exit by around 9 a.m. Wednesday. So in terms of snow, expect 2 to 5 inches of wet, dense snow in those higher elevations, traced to 2 in the valley. Even though some of you might see some more snowfall during the morning hours in the valley, then the rain and the warmer temperatures come in and kind of melt it away. So it's one of those difficult forecasts where, yes, by the end of it, it might not seem as if there's a lot of snow, but it's just one of those cases that, that takes place this time of year. So your 7-day forecast, we've got that snowfall tomorrow. We dry up as we head into Wednesday. Christmas Eve looking pretty quiet. Santa has some smooth sailing, at least in our neck of the woods, Gary, delivering presents with mostly cloudy skies, but not driving or flying through a snowstorm. Then Christmas Day, we're in the 30s, pretty quiet too. So looking forward to a pretty quiet, uneventful Christmas with some snow on the ground from the snow we're seeing tomorrow.
Santa has quite the trek. You're going to be following him as well, right?
Yeah, that's right. Our Santa tracker will be on NBC on the Christmas Day hours, so looking forward to that.
All day long, huh?
Yep.
Looking forward to that. Eric, thanks. Now back to the story we told you about just a minute. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and Eric, a gorgeous picture of downtown Cooperstown. Look how busy it is down there.
Yeah, look at that. Very busy scene, enjoying the nicer weather. Temperatures in the 20s, and the most important thing, Gary, that sun. Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look outside in Cooperstown, and it's the calm before the storm. Well, I guess if you can call tomorrow's storm a storm, it's more of a typical wintertime snowfall here in our first, or at least second day of winter, I should say. It's already feeling like it outside right now. Temperatures in the 20s. We are in the low 30s as we head into the parts of the southern valleys near Hamilton right there, with, again, all that sunshine moving in. A live look at the radar. Things are starting to quiet down, even in the Adirondacks. But again, we look to our south and west, and there's that system slowly approaching right here. This is the leading edge of a frontal boundary, part of a much larger clipper system. And this is going to initially bring snow. But notice here, we got some green. There's some mixing taking place. This will not be an all snow event. So that is what brings the challenge to that forecast. The next few hours remaining in the upper 20s to low 30s, with clouds increasing this evening ahead of that widespread snow tonight, or more importantly, tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. We'll have the details, the arrival time, impacts, all you need to know for that forecast tomorrow in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Now to the escalating tensions between
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Plenty of sunshine treating our area today after some busy lake effect yesterday. A live look in Oneonta right now where the sun's shining pretty good. Temperature 27 degrees across a lot of the southern valleys. So we are expecting highs to climb a little bit higher into the low 30s today. That's really about it. Yorkville Battery live radar showing just some light snow showers to the north in the Adirondacks. Besides that, it's quieting down. And in fact, we'll enjoy this sunshine when we have it because clouds are going to increase tonight, and there's going to be some snow showers on the way tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll give you guys a quick preview of the Christmas forecast, which is going to be pretty quiet. Temperatures starting out below freezing, climbing above freezing by 12 to 5 p.m. So As a reminder, early Christmas morning, make sure when your family visits to salt the untreated surfaces, sidewalks, parking lots, because it could get a little bit icy, and you want to avoid any slipping, especially on a day like on Thursday. So, we look at the bigger picture here. We have that system moving in from the west. Widespread snow. Leading edge of it, all snow. But then we're going to see a bit of a wintry mix move its way in on the back side of it as warmer temperatures move in briefly before lake effect snow wraps its way in again by the overnight into early Wednesday morning. So, on our Skycast today, we got that sunshine moving in, but again, those clouds work their way in as we head towards sunset and overnight tonight. Then tomorrow, around 5 to 6 a.m., a few spotty snow showers. The widespread snow really begins to move in between 7 and 9 and continues for much of the day. This is a snapshot at 1 p.m., still snowing with some sleet mixing in briefly in the Mohawk Valley as we head toward the evening. Once that snow exits, we climb above freezing pretty comfortably, enough to where there could be some rain moving in with that sleet. And then we'll see lake effect snow return, and it's going to be all snow by the overnight into early Wednesday morning. In terms of snowfall, this is the thing with this type of event. We are hovering right around the freezing point. So this is an elevation-based system. Now, could the temperatures in the valley fall just enough where the sleety snow switches over to big flakes? Yes. That's always a possibility with these types of systems where literally there is a degree difference between a sleety event and heavy wet snow. It's interesting how that happens in meteorology, but it's the way it is. But our most likely scenario is right here. We think there's going to be enough warm air working its way in to cut down on a lot of those snow totals in the valley. Either way, just expect a pretty snowy day all day long. Eventually, it'll end by Wednesday for Christmas Eve. It's quieter. We climb above freezing a little bit, and then we fall below freezing again Wednesday night. So, again, as I mentioned earlier on, make sure those sidewalks are salted. Don't want to have anyone, any family slip on any of those surfaces on Christmas Day. So,
Yeah.
But it's quiet though. No expected snow for Christmas Day.
Clear out those driveways.
Yes, shovel them, plow them, you name it.
Eric, thanks. Well, the oldest...
Copeland and Jason Powers.
Here we go again. Here comes the snow, and when it comes, it will happen quickly.
A winter weather advisory gets underway about 1 a.m. tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis tracking from the Weather Center.
It's our chance for a white Christmas. We're looking at widespread snowfall, and just about everyone's going to get a couple of inches. The type of snow is going to be slippery. It's not lake effect snow where it's really fluffy. This type of snow has more consistency, more dense. It's more dense, and so even an inch or two could create some slippery roads. And this is going to be happening, at least the steadiest of this will be happening tomorrow afternoon. And again, most of us pick up an inch or two of accumulation. The higher elevations, 2 to 5 inches, or some of the higher spots could pick up a little bit more. This snowfall, again, is going to be with us for most of Tuesday, but again, the steadiest of which will fall in the afternoon. A couple of flurries are possible this evening and tonight. Temperatures are going to be very close to freezing here. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for all of central New York again for tomorrow. 25 degrees, the current temperature. Heading into this evening, increasing clouds, temperatures in the 20s, and light snow breaks out late tonight. Widespread steady snow for tomorrow. I've got to look at the forecast heading into Christmas coming up. Back over to you.
8 people are facing...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Turning out to be a pretty nice day with some sunshine. The weather is going to change pretty dramatically tomorrow. It's back to snow. The snow looks to be steadiest in the afternoon, and it is something that will affect all of central New York. Live looking downtown Utica. Driving is pretty good tonight. Roads are dry if you need to get out, do some last-minute shopping, or if you want to go out to eat. It's a pretty good night to do that. Temperatures are in the low, the upper 20s to low 30s. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We do have a few flurries that are starting to show up, at least on the radar, but the air is relatively dry, so this is going to take some time before it reaches the ground. Our sunset times are continuing to change. We had the winter solstice yesterday, the darkest day of the year, and we're going to see changing daylight over the next couple of weeks. In fact, we are 1 month away today for our first 5 p.m. sunset. So something to look forward to for those of you that don't like the early darkness that we get this time of the year. Temperatures across the region, again, in the 20s. Westmoreland, 29 degrees. Dowsville, 24. Little Falls, 27. Across Southern Valleys, looking at a temperature of 27 in Oneonta, Cooperstown, 29, and Norwich with 30 degrees. Our next area of low pressure approaches from the west. This is a clipper. This will bring steady snowfall to central New York. And this will be arriving in the morning time, but it really ramps up in the late morning to early afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Snow develops and moves in from the west. It becomes steadiest well after midnight. And tomorrow morning, we're looking at widespread snow. For the morning commute, there will be a couple of slippery spots. Think the most impact is going to be in the late morning to early afternoon. 2 p.m., widespread snow. This may try to mix with a little bit of rain or perhaps some sleet in the lower elevations, including the Mohawk Valley, for a very short period of time tomorrow afternoon. But the general idea is that this is mainly snow, and it's still going to create a few slippery roads. Temperatures climb near or above freezing in the afternoon, and the snow generally ends in the evening time, but there will be a few lingering snow showers into tomorrow night. And Wednesday is looking pretty quiet, cloudy skies as we head towards Christmas Eve. Looking at our snowfall forecast, a general 1 to 2 inches of accumulation for the lower elevations, 2 to 5 inches for the hilltops. Again, even a relatively small amount of snow is expected to cause very slippery traveling conditions in the early afternoon. Cloudy skies tonight, low temperature of 26. Tomorrow, widespread snow, temperatures in the mid-30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cloudy skies for Wednesday and Thursday, so pretty quiet weather if you're traveling Christmas Eve or Christmas Day locally. No issues here. Snow is expected on Friday. Temperatures in the teens, dry Saturday, and then rain and snow showers heading into Sunday.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. A dangerous series of...
Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
So we're tracking snowfall accumulation for the season for Utica. We're almost to 40 inches. We almost had it yesterday. Picking up about a quarter of an inch of snowfall. Our total is 39.6 inches. We are running ahead by 16.7 inches on the season, although we've kind of fallen behind the last week compared to average. We'll start making up some ground here tomorrow. Widespread snow is expected. A couple of flurries out there tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperatures are going to remain in the low 30s over the next couple of days. The coldest day looks to be Friday. We're back into the upper 20s by Saturday. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it's actually a pretty decent evening for that for the end of December. Temperatures in the upper 20s. Tonight's featured dog is Yogi from Clark Mills. If you want to be part of this, head to Scottcast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Jason, back to you.
The city of Utica has released 3 more...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We are tracking our next weather system arriving tomorrow, bringing steady snow, especially to the afternoon. This is a live look in Oneonta. Pretty quiet out there tonight. We have a couple of flurries showing up, but I'm not expecting any travel issues with these. Pretty good evening to get out and about here in central New York with temperatures in the 20s and the roads generally dry. It's been a very much below average December. We are currently running 7.2 degrees below average, and with no significant change in the weather pattern, we will end December below average, just a matter of how much. Won't be a top 10 cold, but it certainly was a cold start. Flurries are in the forecast as we get into tonight. We do have some travel impacts with the next weather system, and it's primarily tomorrow afternoon with a steady snowfall, a region-wide snowfall. Unlike lake effect, where it only affects certain areas, this is going to affect just about everyone. And again, it's going to be most impactful in the afternoon, and then things start to lighten up for the evening. So the morning commute looks okay, evening commute looks okay, but again, driving around in the afternoon could be a little bit slippery, especially the higher elevations. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 30 degrees, Bob and Clinton 28, Barneveld 20 degrees. Old Forge, Bill with 20. Alder Creek 19. Jeff and Mohawk 27. Carroll and Worcester with 30. Gary and Skinnevis 30 degrees. The next weather system is called a Clipper. It's an area of low pressure that's landlocked, but as it does move over the Great Lakes, it picks up some moisture, and this will bring widespread steady snow tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Snow develops well after midnight. This will be closer to daybreak, and it's steady and it's widespread for the morning. Again, looking at temperatures in the low 30s. The steadiest snow looks to be in the afternoon, and even though we're not expecting a lot of accumulation, it's going to be enough to have an impact on travel. It's that thicker type of snowfall compared to lake effect, which is very, very fluffy. So even a relatively small amount still has a pretty high impact on travel. Temperatures will be above freezing in the lower elevations in the afternoon. Snow comes to an end in the evening, at least a temporary end. Snow showers are expected tomorrow night as a cold front drops in from the north. Christmas Eve looks pretty quiet weather-wise. It's cloudy, but it is dry. Temperatures climb into the upper 20s. Snowfall expected tomorrow. Again, most of us pick up an inch or two of accumulation. The higher elevations north and south expected to pick up 2 to 5 inches of accumulation. And the big difference here is the temperature. It's going to be very, very close to freezing in the lower elevations. And it is possible for a very brief period of time this could mix in with some rain or a little bit of sleet tomorrow afternoon. Cloudy tonight, low of 26. Tomorrow, steady snow, especially in the afternoon. Temperatures in the low to mid 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Travel looks great on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's dry. It's generally cloudy. Temperatures in the low 30s. Snow returns Friday, 19. Cloudy Saturday. Rain and snow showers Sunday. Snow showers on Monday with temperatures in the mid 20s. We'll be right back.
News with Kristen Copeland and Jason Palace.
There is a very good chance we will all have a white Christmas.
Now, winter weather advisory starts at 1 a.m. tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking it all from the Weather Center tonight.
Yes, we're tracking snow that looks to make a return to central New York tomorrow, the steadiest of which will fall in the afternoon. We're thinking in general 1 to 2 inches of accumulation for the lower elevations, 2 to 5 inches for some of the hilltop locations. And even though this is a relatively light accumulation, it is expected to have a relatively high impact on travel. It's that thicker type of snow. When snow falls right around freezing and it's not lake effect, it tends to have a higher impact on travel, making the roads slippery. And again, the best chance of this happening would be tomorrow afternoon. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few flurries out there tonight. No problems traveling here tonight. Winter weather advisories in effect for all of central New York. Again, for what happens tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-20s this evening. Again, we're tracking snow returning for Tuesday. Slippery spots in the afternoon. We do get a nice break in the weather as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. For those of you that are traveling, both of those days look pretty good weather-wise. Increasing clouds tonight, temperatures in the 20s. We are tracking the timing of tomorrow's snowfall. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Nice to see the sunshine today. It's a rare commodity this time of the year. Snow returns tomorrow, and it's going to make things a little bit slippery in the afternoon. This is a live look in downtown Utica. If you're heading out tonight, the weather looks great traveling-wise. It's also not too cold or too windy. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We got a couple of flurries showing up, but these are very, very light, so not expecting any big issues. Utica closing in on 40 inches of snow for the season. Quick check of the snow stats. We are running 16.7 inches above average as of today. We'll likely go over 40 inches tomorrow. Our travel impacts are not looking too bad here for tonight. It's looking generally dry. Tomorrow, light snow arrives in the morning. It becomes steadiest in the afternoon, and it affects pretty much all of central New York, especially the higher elevations. It's that type of snow that's going to be very slippery, so even a relatively small amount will cause problems. Tuesday evening, the snow will start to taper down, and so the evening commute looks a little bit better compared to what's expected in the afternoon. Whitesboro, 30 degrees. Helen Cassville, 27. Barneveld, 20. Donna, Norway, 25. Eric and Inlet, 22. Scott in Edmonston checking in with 29 degrees. The next weather system approaches from the west. It's an area of low pressure called a Clipper because it spends a lot of its time over land, but as it moves over the Great Lakes, it does pick up some moisture. You can see some snow starting to develop. This moves in tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, cloudy skies tonight. Steady snow breaks out by the morning. Temperatures will be right around freezing, especially in the lower elevations. Snow continues throughout the afternoon, falling at a steady clip, especially in the early afternoon when travel is expected to be impacted the greatest. Temperatures are going to remain right around freezing, and then as we head into this tomorrow evening, the snow comes to an end. We will get a chance to dry out. A few lingering snow showers tomorrow night. Temperatures will fall down into the 20s. And Christmas Eve, the weather looks pretty quiet. We're looking at cloudy skies. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s to low 30s. Snowfall accumulation 2 to 5 inches for the higher elevations, north and south of the Mohawk Valley, 1 to 2 inches in the Mohawk Valley, where, again, with temperatures being very close to freezing, we'll have less of an accumulation. Cloudy skies tonight, low temperature of 26. Tomorrow, steady snow, especially in the afternoon, 34. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Travel looks great Wednesday and Thursday. If you're traveling locally, cloudy skies, dry, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, temperatures in the low 30s. Any snow that we get will stick around with temperatures right around freezing. We do see more snow for Friday, and it looks colder and windy. Saturday looks dry, and then a mix of rain and snow showers as we look ahead to Sunday.
All right, Bill, thank you.
All right.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, a recap of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. I'm here too. What are we talking about here with snow tomorrow before Christmas? That's great news for White Christmas.
Yeah, we should have a white Christmas. The only spot that I would be slightly worried about is the lower elevations, just because we're only looking at maybe 1 or 2 inches. I think it'll stick around, but if we end up being on the low end of this, that might be problematic, especially in places that have green grass. But I think the majority of us won't have a problem getting a white Christmas. I know there's some places that have more than a foot of snow on the ground. Some of you saw a foot of snow yesterday, especially those of you living north of the Mohawk Valley. So again, a white Christmas is pretty much a lock for many folks. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for all of central New York due to this snowfall tomorrow. It's going to be slippery in the afternoon, even though we're not expecting a lot of accumulation. I think it's going to be enough to cause some problems. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Always quiet across the region. 26 degrees, cloudy skies, calm winds. Tracking that snow for tomorrow morning, the steadiest looks to be in the early afternoon. And again, it does look pretty likely that many of us outside of the Mohawk Valley are going to be seeing a white Christmas. Cloudy skies tonight, low of 26. Again, tracking some snow for tomorrow. I'll look at the forecast heading into Christmas is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Mohawk Valley Health System.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Pretty quiet night tonight. Traveling will be decent if you're traveling late tonight. Early tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon, that's when things get a little bit tricky. We have some snow on the way. Nothing super heavy, but it's going to be enough to make things slippery, especially in the afternoon. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. Looking at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Christmas Eve looks quiet. Cloudy skies, 32 degrees. Christmas Day is almost identical. Another cloudy day. Temperatures in the low 30s. Should be dry, should be easy to get around. And because we're right around freezing, the snow that does fall tomorrow and the snow that's still on the ground should be sticking around in time for Christmas. And boy, have we had a lot of snow so far. Closing in on 40 inches for the city of Utica, 16 inches above average. It's also been very cold this month. The only exception was that warm-up that we had Friday, which did a number to the snowpack, at least in the lower elevations. Flurries tonight in terms of travel. The biggest impact is going to be tomorrow afternoon. A widespread steady snowfall. We're expecting an inch or two of accumulation in the lower elevations, but the higher spots could be quite slippery. A clipper is working in from the west, and this is going to be our weather maker. Tonight it's cloudy. We'll see snow develop late. Snow is with us throughout the day tomorrow. It becomes steadiest in the afternoon and early evening. It does come to an end. I think by 5 p.m. a lot of this snow is moving to the east. We get a break in the snow. Another round moves in tomorrow night, and then we're looking at dry, cloudy weather for Wednesday. In terms of snow accumulation, 1 to 2 inches is expected for the lower elevations, 2 to 5 inches of accumulation for the hilltop locations. Tonight's cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, snow is around. Again, it's steadiest in the afternoon, where it could create a couple of slippery spots, and you can see temperatures will be very close to or above freezing in the afternoon, so some of this will also melt, especially on treated roads. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 30s. Snow returns Friday, 19 degrees, cloudy on Saturday. A rain-snow mix for Sunday, followed by steady snow Monday. Temperatures in the 20s. So not seeing much sunshine in that 7-day, but that's just the time of the year that we're in.
But it's all about the sunshine being with our families.
That's right. You could always have a nice fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got you there. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming on Morecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Snowfall forecast this is for tomorrow, correct?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
And this is setting the stage for a white Christmas for, I think, most areas.
Nice.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye on the lower elevations. We're seeing some grass starting to show up. But hopefully this snow will coat that tomorrow, and whatever we do see fall tomorrow generally sticks around for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day as temperatures stay below freezing heading into the holiday. We have winter weather advisories in effect for just about all of central New York due to the snowfall. While we're not expecting a lot of accumulation, it is expected to be enough to make the roads slippery, especially during the late morning to early afternoon. The snowfall has a little bit more, is a little bit heavier, a little bit denser compared to lake effect snow that has a lot of air with it. So it does cause more slippery spots compared to the lake effect snow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, all is quiet. We stay dry for most of tonight. Current temperature 26 degrees. Our weather headlines: snow arrives early tomorrow morning. It's steadiest in the early afternoon. Again, the stage is set for a white Christmas, I think, for a lot of areas. Cloudy skies tonight, low of 26. We're tracking the snow for tomorrow and also a look at how Christmas looks to unfold, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Mohawk Valley Health.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It's a pretty quiet night, but the scene is going to change tomorrow morning as we have our next area of low pressure on the way. We are looking at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, all is quiet across the region. We can look to the west, and we can see a little bit of light snow in western New York, and this is the weather system that we're going to be tracking for tomorrow. A lot of this is going to arrive very late tonight, very early tomorrow. Christmas Eve, cloudy, temperatures in the low 30s, looking at a dry day. Christmas Day, very similar, cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 30s. Traveling should be pretty good during the holiday. Especially if you're traveling locally. I'm not seeing any big issues. But if you're doing last-minute shopping, again, tomorrow's going to be a little tricky. Utica, closing in on 40 inches of snow for the season. I think we'll be able to do that tomorrow. We're running 16.7 inches above average. Travel impacts tomorrow. Again, for tonight, just a couple of light flurries late. The snow begins tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, the morning commute should be okay. The afternoon commute, not so much. That's when we're expecting the steadiest snow, and snow will become lighter by Tuesday evening. Radar and satellite image, again, we're tracking this area of low pressure working in from the west. This is a clipper. It spends a lot of time over land. These aren't usually big snow producers, but they can still cause travel issues because they have that thicker type of snow with temperatures very close to freezing. Cloudy skies tonight, overnight lows in the upper 20s, and we're expecting snow to break out tomorrow. It's snowing for the morning commute, and it's going to continue to become steadier and heavier throughout the late morning to early afternoon. Things start to slow down by the early evening, so by 5 p.m., the evening commute should be a little bit better. Notice temperatures are above freezing, so the snow that does fall will be very slushy, but the really treated roads should be generally wet, at least in the lower elevations. Snow showers continue tonight, or I should say tomorrow night. We'll get a chance to dry out as we head into Christmas Eve. It looks like a cloudy day, but generally dry with temperatures near 30. Snowfall forecast for tomorrow. Again, most areas pick up an inch or two of accumulation in the lower elevations. The higher spots could see between 2 to 5 inches of snow. both north and south of the Mohawk Valley. Cloudy tonight, low of 26. Tomorrow, snow. Temperatures in the low to mid 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cloudy on Wednesday and Thursday. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Temperatures in the low 30s. Snow returns Friday. Windy, cold 19. Dry Saturday. Rain and snow showers Sunday. Steady snow on Monday.
Now that's snow on Friday. I know it's still a little few days out, but is it an all-day event or just a little bit hit and miss?
It's widespread. It's most of the day, and it looks like it's going to be later in the day.
Later in the day. Good
Yeah.
to know. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next,